What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Jose here. Welcome back to the Driver Man channel. Something in the news popped up today about actor and musician Ice-T almost shooting a delivery driver coming up to his house recently. So apparently, he says he saw somebody approaching his place, didn't have a uniform on because Amazon delivery drivers are not required to wear, a uniform. They're just, regular people. They don't work for Amazon. They're independent contractors. They, go to a station. I know this because I've done it. Load up a bunch of packages, scan them, and then they have, places that they go, and then they go and they drop them off. And that's basically how that works. And you're just dressed as a regular person in your own car, and you go. And apparently, maybe I'm assuming this was at night, and he sees some strange person walking around his house. Yeah, no good right there. So yeah, got to be careful. So he basically called them out on Twitter. I'll go through the article real quick with you here. So basically, he calls out. I don't know. You probably can't see that. Nah, I mean, I'll read it with you. Don't worry. Ice-T calls out Amazon after he almost shot one of their delivery drivers. Okay, let's go through this bad boy here. Okay, so on Tuesday, that would be today, rapper actor took to Twitter to explain an incident that occurred at his home Monday night. He says he almost shot an Amazon courier who was delivering a package at his place on Monday because no uniform, of course. His message to Amazon: now that you've got regular people making your home deliveries, maybe they should wear a vest with Amazon delivery on it. I almost shot a motherfucker creeping up to my crib last night. Just saying. In a separate post, social media user asked if they were wearing a uniform. Again, no, they were not wearing a uniform. I'm not mad at them, just that, something should probably be changed. Just saying that shit ain't safe. In response, Amazon's Vice President of Operations, Dave Clark, wrote back, just saying, thanks for the suggestion. We motherfucking love you and our drivers. So I like that. That's a very positive message. I mean, he didn't actually put the full profane word. He just, abbreviated MF, of course. Got to keep it professional. But yeah, lots of innovations are coming on this that exist to help track your package. And thanks for being a customer. So Amazon definitely loves lots of people. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. So it's like if you're delivering packages to somebody's house, maybe it might help to wear a little something. I know I've seen some guys with like these like green or yellow reflector vests so that they look a little more like, like a utility person, like, somebody doing some type of a job. That's probably a good idea, just in case you're delivering to somebody who's, extra sensitive about, oh, what the heck's going on? And, they happen to be packing heat like apparently this guy does. So yeah, be careful. And on a separate note, I came across another article of a delivery driver in Peoria. Rideshare driver, what up, buddy? Are you on the West Coast as well? Because like it's almost 1 a.m. here, so I wasn't expecting to get too many people. Probably not anybody on the East Coast because it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, unless some of my viewers are total crackheads, which is fine. I welcome any viewer, regardless of whether they are a tweaker or not. But yeah, there was another thing that happened with a delivery driver, a pizza delivery guy in Peoria, Illinois, supposedly got fired for asking out a customer on a date. And it was like just all him. So that's really the problem, is like if it's just one person, making the advances saying, hey, and there's nothing shown back, even in non-business scenarios. I mean, this is like obviously like extra, you got to be extra careful if you're going to even consider doing something like that when it's like a customer and company. a customer and employee interaction, because it's already like, even if it's not, just like in regular life, if you're like, hey baby, what's up, hey, what's your name, what's your number, and she's not like responding, then yeah, if nothing is thrown back, that means exit stage left, buddy. So yeah, this guy was basically dumb to where he I guess was flirting with her a little bit, and then sent her a message, with things like asking her out in some advances, and then texted her a picture of his abs. So he lifted his shirt up and then texted her a picture of that. And she apparently, was not throwing anything back to say, oh yeah, you're funny, I am interested, or, yeah, I'd love to go out with you, or ha ha ha, I'm, in my bedroom right now by myself, or I just got out of the shower, something like that, uh, when none of that is happening. Just like if you're trying to engage in conversation with like a passenger when you're an Uber driver, and you throw a few things out, and they're just giving you one word answers like, oh, did you have a good day? Yeah. So where are you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago. Okay. How did you like growing up there? Oh, it was okay. That, is a clear signal, nonverbal. Well, it's non-direct verbal, it's subtextual communication. I'm not interested in talking. So, because they're not throwing anything back, like something a little more extended, like, oh, it was great, me and my little brother, we used to go here. My mom would babysit people, and then we would like make new friends that way, and then we'd go to 7-Eleven and get Slurpees and stuff like that. Yeah, none of that is, something like that is not happening. um, the person's not interested. Same thing with, a guy-girl interaction in period, regardless of the scenario. If she's not, asking you questions back, dude, she's not interested. But anyways, this guy, he got fired. And then the police told him, or maybe his boss, the former boss, he got fired. And then they said, I think the police, or I'm not sure if the police were involved or not. I just know that she got fired, or that he got fired because she called the restaurant, and so then they fired him. But I guess somebody told him, hey, don't be in contact with her anymore. And then he says, oh, that's okay, I'm leaving Peoria, Illinois area anyway. So I guess he doesn't really care. But rideshare driver, what's up, buddy? What coast are you on? Let me chat here. Ride share driver, are you on the West Coast? I'm wondering what coast rideshare driver's on. Okay, so, oh my gosh, freezing on me now? No? Okay, it's okay now. I thought it was going to freeze on me again. Okay. Rideshare driver, going once, going twice. Okay. Maybe he jumped off. Could be. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get too many people at this late. But I wanted to hop on because I couldn't hop on earlier. And I wanted to get on and say, hey, what's up? Because there's nothing wrong with that. So, but that's what's going on with that. In addition, there was something else that that occurred with me, actually. Speaking of like guy-girl interactions, so I was doing a delivery. I had picked up from a place, and then I went to the person's house, dropped it off, and I hadn't gotten a ping for my next delivery yet. And this was like daytime, and being a driver, you're sitting in your car a lot. So instead of sitting in my car, I figured I'd wait standing up, so I could, because it's healthier. So I was like, okay. So, but the sun was out, so I walked over, like back down the street a little bit to where there was a tree and some shade, and then just was just on my phone. And suddenly there's this lady who approaches me and says, "Oh, is this your car?" And I'm like, "No," because my car was way over there somewhere. And I was like, she's like, oh, okay, because this one's my parents' car. And I was worried because I think that maybe they kind of blocked this guy in because he didn't look like that car had a lot of room to get out. I think there barely was enough, but it looked like maybe they wouldn't be. So she was concerned, like, oh, I was worried that my parents blocked this person in if, they'd parked here after him. And I'm like, I'm assuming they did, because if he parked there first, if he parked there after they parked there, then damn, he's good, because there was not much space there. I mean, there's enough that it's possible, and there's enough that he could get out. He could squeeze out if he's careful. He could have backed up me all the way, and then turned his wheel all the way, because it's a smaller car, compact car. So that car could have gotten out, but they would have had to have been very good to accurately put themselves in with that car in front. So she was probably right as far as her parents parking there after that car was there. Probably. But in any case, I was like, no, that's not my car. And she's like, oh, okay, that's okay. I was just a little worried. My parents are like in town visiting me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. What did you just like get off work or something? She's like, oh yeah, a little while ago. And now we're just gonna like chill. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe watch some like get caught up on like Game of Thrones or something like that, because you're behind and it's gonna be over soon. And then she's like, something like that. I do watch a lot of TV though. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I said to her, so you just like live close by here? She's like, yeah. And then she's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just like waiting for my next delivery. And I was like, oh, what's your name? And she was like, my name's Karen. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm Jose. And then I said, can I have your number? And then she was like, what do you mean? Well, like for what? And I was like, you just seem really nice, and I wanted to see if I could get your number. Maybe we could hang out. And she's like, yeah, I don't really, that doesn't really happen to me very much. I don't really know if I'm looking, or yeah, I'm not really, I don't know. And she just seemed really like baffled and confused. And so I was like, apparently she doesn't get hit on very much, which is weird, because she was actually really cute. So I don't know if maybe she's normally just giving off like F you, F off body language, because nonverbals are extremely important in communication. You can tell when somebody doesn't want to talk to you. It's all about the way they act. And so I'm like wondering, okay, is that how she normally is? Because right now she seems pretty friendly, and that's why I asked her. But anyway, she said, oh yeah, I don't really like go out that much. She's like, I'm I stay in a lot. And like, okay. And then she's like, oh, but what do you do? What do you deliver? I was like, oh, I deliver food. And she's like, oh, you mean like for like Grubhub or Postmates or something like that? I was like, yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm saving up extra money because I'm going to go to Asia sometime this summer, maybe like August or September. So this is just a nice way to like make some extra money. And then she's like, oh, that's so neat. I was supposed to go to Asia in March. And ended up having to cancel the trip because of work. And now she was like, I was still looking forward to it. She was like, where are you going to go? I was like, well, I'm planning on doing Korea because I speak conversational Korean, and I'm looking to improve it. By the time I get there, I should be semi-fluent. So I'm going to go there because I know a lot of people there. I want to hit up Japan. I want to hit up Vietnam and the Philippines. And she's like, oh, that's so cool. She's like, what about China? I was like, oh, I've been there. I'm not sure if I'll hit this trip. And she said, so that's so cool. And then she's like, well, I guess I could give you my card and we could just keep in touch that way. I was like, whatever, whatever works for you. And then she's like looking in her purse, and then she's like, oh, I don't think I can find it. I was like, well, I mean, if you want, you can just give me the number that was on your card, and then I could, text you there if that works for you. If not, don't worry. It's okay if you're not interested. And she's like, well, I mean, I suppose we could do something like that. And she's like, you can tell I don't do this much. I was like, yeah, I can tell you're a total dork. She's like, yeah, I am. So anyways, that was just really like interesting, really funny interaction, because it's like, lady, like either like just give me your number already, or just turn me down. I mean, it doesn't have to be like complicated, like, oh, I don't know, like, I'm just, oh, well, what about, it's funny because that doesn't usually happen. I'm just saying, because usually women are like very like, they just make up their mind right away. They either say sure, they give you their number, or they turn you down and say, I have a boyfriend, or no thank you, or whatever. And so I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was funny. It was a much different interaction than what I've had in like the last several years, where the lady's just like all confused, and she's like, I don't know. And I'm just like, well, I just got another ping, so I need to go get my, I need to go pick up another delivery. I got to get going. So, lady, yeah, make up your mind. It's so yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah. What's going on with you guys? Who else is out there? If you have not hit that thumbs up like button, do that. Go ahead and click that. It does not cost you any money. It's very easy. It's totally free for you to just hit that thumbs up. Go ahead and do that. If you are here, I know at least a couple people are. So let's get those up, baby. If you're here and you're awake at 1 a.m. On the West Coast, give me a like. And if you're on the East Coast at 4 a.m., then you should definitely give me a like because you're awesome. I like you. That's pretty interesting if you're awake at 4 a.m. But then again, that actually happens to me a lot where I'm actually awake at 4 a.m. because I'm like determined to like finish a video. Like that was me Sunday night. I was up until 7 a.m. Finally uploading the video, my latest video about hotel deliveries and how to handle those as a food delivery driver. So yeah, sometimes that's me. I try not to do that late. Like 7 a.m. is a little hardcore. That's a little like really harsh because then I didn't wake up till like 1. That's not good. But yeah, I usually try to get to bed by 2, 3 at the very most. Is like even that is pushing it. But yeah, anything past 3 is like really really pushing it, and it means that I'm just like dead set on like I got to get this done, and so I will until it's done. Because that's just the time that I want to have it up there. What are you gonna do? It's the YouTuber life, baby. And I had dinner. I was at the coffee shop earlier today, actually practicing my Korean, and it was mainly just practicing it out loud, making sentences. And I didn't have time to actually watch K-dramas and listen. It was all about like I just spent like a good 2.5 hours just straight practicing, putting together sentences, and then submitting them, sending them over to my friend in Korea. This really nice girl who showed me around last time I was in Korea. We're still friends, and I'll make a sentence in the in Hangul, which is the name of the Korean writing, and send it to her, and then she'll fix it. So it's great. So yeah, I was able to get a lot said and corrected and fixed and learned today in my 3 or 4 hours at the coffee shop. Most of it was that, and then the rest of the time, what else did I really work on? I think I hopped onto my YouTube studio briefly, and then looked at how my videos were doing and things like that, like the analytics, and looked at and then I got on my Instagram and I was like looking at, okay, where's my Instagram at, what's my next Instagram post going to be. So I was putting that together, planning that out, thinking of other ways that I can integrate Korean into my Instagram posts and into future videos, things like that, because it does help to practice it. That's most of what I worked on. They had music at this place, which was kind of cool, but it wasn't so loud that it like interrupted me. I was like kind of far away from it. It was like more towards the back half of the coffee shop, and I was in like the front half. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So then after that, once I finished, I was thinking about going to see John Wick 3, but I wanted to see if my buddy was free. So I hit my buddy up and I was like, "Hey, dude, are you free? I'm thinking of going to see John Wick 3 in like an hour or so." And then he was like, he didn't respond until like half an hour later and said, "Oh, sorry, dude, I haven't even seen the first one yet, and I'm just chilling here at home." So I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So anyway, I ended up deciding not to see it because I was hungry and I wanted to have time to like eat something really quick at least first, and then go to the theater instead of like sitting there and starving. I mean, I could have taken a protein bar, but it wouldn't have been enough because I was actually that hungry that even like taking a protein bar during the movie, which I'll do frequently, would not have been enough. So it's like, okay, I got to eat, and I would have only had like 10 minutes before takeoff to make the movie. So I was like, Okay, I'll just maybe do that one tomorrow. So I might see that tomorrow night maybe. So I ended up foregoing that, and then I got home and I just made myself some dinner. So then I had dinner, but I'm still a little bit hungry. So I put together one of these bad boys. It's a banana, peanut butter, strawberries, which I washed, blueberries, and some flaxseed. And then I just blended it up in the magic bullet, and here we go. So hopefully this will help like get the rest of the grumbles under wraps. And if not, then I'll just make another one. Worst case, I still have more bananas. I have more fruit, and I have more peanut butter. So I'll eat more. I'll drink another one if I have to, and especially since it's uh, especially since it's really good for you. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't keep me up too late. It shouldn't, because I mean it's all like natural stuff. It's not like I'm drinking a coffee or a rock star. But then again, coffee has never really helped me that much either. I'll drink a cup of coffee, and I don't know, it just doesn't really have an effect on me. Like if I'm tired and I drink a cup of coffee, I'm still tired. Um, I guess I'm just kind of the type of person who just has to get his sleep, or if not, vitamin B. Like I'll drink these like a little vitamin B shot. Those are pretty good actually, and those I think have an effect on me because I usually feel better after drinking one of those. So yeah, did my laundry today too, while I was at the gym, because my gym was actually right next to a laundromat. So whenever it's laundry day, I make sure that I wear my workout clothes, because it's a perfect opportunity to kill two birds in one stone, right? So like I'll load up like my laundry basket, grab whatever else that like I want to throw in there, anything else that looks even maybe just a little bit dirty or a little bit smelly. I'll just throw it in, get it into the load. Why not? And yeah, and then go, and then I'll load up the machine, put in my quarters, whatever, boom. And while it's washing, I walk over to the gym, and then I'll work out at the gym for like 20 25 minutes. The wash ends, so then I'm like, okay, after half an hour, then I'll go grab it, switch it out, put it into the dryer, boom, get the dryer going, and then go back to the gym and then work out for another 30 45 minutes, and then yeah, and then come back out. Hopefully hopefully my clothes are dry by then. Usually they are. After half an hour, they're usually dry. Load them up, and then head out. And that was, yeah. So I had a pretty like productive day, I gotta say. Yeah. What about you guys? What did you guys do today? Anybody that's out there who would like to comment um, in the chat here, feel free to say hi. I won't like bite you or anything. I can't like scratch you or hit you. So feel free to like say hello and be like, "What's up?" and tell me what you did today, or what you feel good about today, what you accomplished today, or just whatever the hell you did today. If you want to share, say hello. And while you guys decide whether or not you want to do that, I will give you another update involving the Somali um, war criminal colonel guy, who was an Uber and Lyft driver for a year and a half. So he went to trial, and he was in court today. It was ruled that he has to pay $500,000 to a man that he tortured in 1988. And apparently he allegedly shot this guy point blank several times. They tied his hands and arms behind his back, and his feet behind his back in a way that was like really painful. And he basically just like ordered other people and was there watching his soldiers, ordering them to do this. And so the guy who was the defendant, was really happy, saying he was glad. He feels like he got some justice for himself and for for the other people who he tortured. Um, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, that was 30 years ago, so it's like, wow, it's like time flies. Like he's getting, yeah, he's having to pay something for something that he did, pay something for some criminal acts that he did 30 years ago. Quite a while, but I mean, I guess he never, had any repercussions for them before. So, uh, depending on your opinion, it could be, it's right or, justified or not. He should have, had to pay that, or, you know, or some people might think, oh, it was 30 years ago. So it was 30 years ago, but I guess it doesn't really matter. You did something that horrible, even though it's 30 years later. I mean, you did something really horrible. It's not like maybe something silly that you did in high school that somebody's trying to like bring out, and who cares, because you were just like a kid. You were a teenager in high school goofing off, doing something. What does it matter, as an adult, what you did as a high schooler, I suppose. So Rick Reviews, what up, buddy? Oh, you're up late with me. Nice. I love it. All right. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it was funny because, like, well, not funny, but like the Somali guy's attorney said, oh, he can't pay that because he already lost his job. Because I mean, they both suspended him, and then I guess they wanted to get an update from Uber because, like, I guess Lyft had definitely like given him the but Uber was like said, oh, pending further review. And then when they asked Uber for an update on their review, they said he's permanently banished from Uber. So yeah, he's not going to be giving any more Uber rides or Lyft rides ever again after this trial took place and he got convicted. So yeah, so now he's got to figure out, okay, how is he going to pay that $500,000 because now he doesn't have a job. I don't know. I guess he'll just have to figure that out somehow and pay for, got to pay for, I guess, what you did in some way. Yeah, but that's what happened with that guy. So those are the main things that are going on as far as Uber. I mean, it's one of the main things, updates that I saw as far as Uber. And then I mentioned the delivery things earlier. The only other thing that I could think of would be, I guess it's still pending as far as the guy who was, I made a video recently about a Penn State professor who had allegedly kidnapped a couple of ladies in Pennsylvania. And, he spoke out a few days after. And this was after I made the video. And he says that it's just a misunderstanding. His app froze. And when he was saying, you're not going anywhere, he didn't mean it in a threatening way. Supposedly, he just meant it in like, oh, yeah, you're not going anywhere. I had to pull over and, restart my phone because it's frozen. So you're not going anywhere because my freaking app won't even work. That's what he's trying to say was his intention. And that, yeah, they misunderstood what he meant and then freaked out and jumped out of the car and called for help when that wasn't his intention at all. So I'm wondering, I don't know, how did he say it exactly? What made them think that he meant it in like a threatening way, like, you're not going anywhere, baby. Yeah, ladies, you're staying right here. I don't know. I'm not sure what he did, but like in the article, the original article, it said like he commented on their appearance. So I don't know what he said. What did he say? He said, "Oh, ladies, looking good," or "Damn, you girls are hot." And then, but he didn't have any intention. He was just saying, "Oh, you ladies are like very pretty." Maybe he said something like that. "Geez, you girls are hot. You must be ready for like a cool day. You're gonna go and have fun tonight. So maybe like, um, yeah, maybe he said it. I don't know. I guess I just mistook what he said, because the guy's married. You know, he's married. So yeah, so he mentions that like in one of the when he speaks out like, "Oh, I'm married. It's just a big misunderstanding. This is my wife. Blah blah blah. I didn't mean that." You know, he doesn't look like the type, but I mean that's just from what I saw. It could be that it really was a misunderstanding, but I'm just like wondering, you know, what did he say? How did he say it? How did he comment on their appearance so that they thought when he did pull over and say you're not going anywhere, what way did he say it that made them think that when he did say that you're not going anywhere, that it was like intending to be, oh, you're not going anywhere because I thought you're hot and I want to get some of that, you know? So I mean, I guess we'll never know unless they release. I don't know. I don't know if there was any footage released of like I don't know if he had a dash cam with the interaction. It doesn't say anything like that. I'd love to see it, so I could see, you know, how he said it and what led those ladies to think that that was what his intention was. Because it's still not, you know, I guess decided what they haven't decided yet. Like, there's no new article that said, "Oh, he's been cleared of these accusations. It really was a misunderstanding." They seem to be standing by it. Last time I checked, they were standing by their accusations. Rick Reviews. Got to be careful with words. Mark Fracaro, one of the first rideshare channel guys, just put up a video of a lawyer about why never to talk to cops. Yeah, I've seen his channel. I've seen a couple of his videos. Yeah. Um, he seems like a nice dude. I've seen a couple of one even one where he went to a speakeasy. But yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you got to really invoke that right to remain silent. That's probably the smart way to go, is just not say anything, you know? Use your, you know, use your Fifth Amendment. Don't say anything because you could screw yourself over. That actually makes a lot of sense. So thank you guys for the likes. Anybody else out there that's watching, if you have not smashed that thumbs up, if you would do that, please do so. It's free. And if you're watching this, then I guess you at least can somewhat tolerate me, or you maybe like me a little bit, or you think at least this video is somewhat cool. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're watching, and I would really appreciate it. Let's get those likes up. If you're here and you're awake at 1:21 a.m. on the West Coast or 4:21 a.m. on the West Coast, smash that like button, baby. All right. But yeah, one does have to be very careful. So yeah, and it's funny. Rick Reviews? Did you see on YouTube? There's actually a video of a guy who was a lawyer, and he got pulled over by cops, and he was recording them. And then the cops said, "Oh, you got to turn that off. You can't record me." And then the guy was saying, "Yeah, I can. I know I can record you. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an attorney, and that's the law. You know, you're you're a civil servant doing a public service right now, something along those lines." And I'm not saying that's the exact verbiage, but that's what he said. And then the officer said, I remember the officer said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, well, I'm a police officer. I think I know what the law is." You know, just having his little attitude. And yeah, guess what? He was wrong. No, you did not know the law, officer, because yes, you were definitely legally able to be recorded, and that guy was a lawyer, and apparently you didn't listen to him. But yeah, he knew what he was talking about, and most people these days know that you can legally record police on duty. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So yeah, don't do anything stupid, officers. behave, because you can be recorded. It's legal to be recorded, and you can't say, "Oh, turn it off." Why would you know? Why are you worried you're going to do something wrong? Because otherwise, you shouldn't be worried about them turning off the camera unless you're going to do something that you're not supposed to be doing as a police officer. So, no, let them roll their camera and just do your job the way that you're supposed to, so that you're not, taking advantage of your power and authority. You're supposed to protect and serve, not, kill and ask questions later or whatever. Okay. Not that, all of them do that. There's some very good police officers out there, but for the ones that have done that, yeah, that's not cool. And some of you are no longer police officers. Some of you retired early or whatever, or quit the force or got suspended. Yeah, well done. You should not be in that position if you're going to use your badge like that. Okay. Yes. Oh, I saw that one. Good stuff. Okay. Good record reviews. You saw that. Police lie to Uber driver attorney. 6 million views. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He was. That's why I think that's probably why I saw it, was because he was also an Uber driver. So yeah, I mean, I catch. We all do. We catch the Uber driver, Lyft driver, rideshare driver videos on YouTube, especially if they have that many views. Yeah, man. A lot of them do. But anyways, what's going on with you, Rick Reviews? Are you here on the West Coast? Are you on my time, or did you do a couple lines of coke and you're awake at 4:30 a.m. on the East Coast? Yep, Oakland. Okay, cool. Cool. Nice. Very good, very good. Did you drive today? Me neither. It was also my day off. What did you do with your day? Wow, I have no idea where it went. That can happen. That can happen. You get distracted by something, and then yeah, it's so easy to get distracted. Especially in 2019. There's just so much going on. You have a plan to do something, and then unless you can really like train yourself to just like laser beam focus on that thing, yeah, something will pop up. Like you'll get a text from somebody, and then all of a sudden, hey, you're in a new conversation, or you get a notification on your Facebook, and then you look at that, and then you go to notifications. But before you can see your notifications, what does it go to? It goes to your feed, and then on your feed, what is it? Somebody that you haven't seen for 3 years, just graduated from college, and it's got a bunch of comments. Oh, that's so cool! Congratulations! Wow, we should catch up. Blah blah blah. And then you scroll right, and then the next thing, oh, somebody, mentioning, um, I hate, how Game of Thrones ended, blah, blah, blah. Have you guys seen it? Blah, blah. And then, you see that. And then before you know it, you're 4 posts deep, and you forgot, what you were going to do in the first place, which was go to your, phone to like check your email, or you were going to look up a translation for something that you're working on, and then boom, an hour goes by, and you're sitting there like interacting with stuff that you didn't intend to interact with. And then you finish that, you go outside to like get some fresh air, and maybe run into somebody that oh hey, or there's a billboard of Dark Phoenix, the X-Men movie that's coming up, and you're like, oh yeah, that looks cool. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Let's check it out, because like I like X-Men. And then Yeah, so yeah, man, I understand. It's easy to it's hella easy to get distracted, and then an hour will go by and you have done nothing that, you wanted to do because all these people are spending money just to get your attention. And yeah, and they're getting that attention, but unfortunately it's slowing you down for being productive. Ah, okay. Rick reviews. I watched the dog video 30 minutes ago, Lincoln's World. Oh yeah, man, those animal videos will get you. Those animals, those and the cat videos, and like, yeah, you start watching those, and like, and then you've got in the suggested column, watch this one, suggested this one, um, cow milked by 10 people at once, and they turned it into organic milk in less than an hour. New world record, 2 million views. Holy cow! That just sounds interesting, man. I gotta see that. Even though you never really, wanted to watch, a cow get milked, by 10 people in like 5 minutes flat, and then have a world record broken of, turning it into organic milk, or however the heck that works. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about exactly as far as organic milk or where that comes from. So please do not, think that know what I'm talking about as far as that aspect. I'm well aware that I don't. I'm just kind of like making like a random example of something crazy that that might grab your attention. So yeah, man, that's really easy to happen. And then you got to go to the bathroom. So you go and you take a leak, and then you're walking back, and I don't know, something else catches your eye. Free samples. Oh crap! Okay, free samples of our new coffee, brew that we're, popping out here. Then you go to get like a free sample of the brew, and then you strike up a conversation with your fellow person there hanging out. Maybe it's a pretty girl, like would probably happen to me. Hey, what's up? What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty good. Free coffee, right? Blah blah blah. And I just try to keep a conversation going so I can get her number. That's me. Other people might just be like, like just some, just regular, just like friendly person saying, hey, what's going on? Oh, what's up, dude? And then they're wearing like maybe a Samurai Jack shirt. I have a Samurai Jack shirt. And like, oh yeah, cool shirt. Yeah, I love that show. And then before you know it, you're just talking to a stranger about like Samurai Jack and cartoons. And then yeah, and you end up having a really cool conversation. What the heck? Why not? And then you forgot, distracted again from whatever the heck you were, wanting to work on. So yeah, man, don't beat yourself up about it. Just try to not let that happen. I'm still, trying to improve on that. So yeah, there's definitely things that I wish I was a little further along on. But yeah, I get distracted, and sometimes it's cool, like a fun distraction that could end up in, something fun happening, the next night or a week later. Uh, so, when that happens, I guess there isn't really much regret for that one. But yeah, sometimes, nothing comes out of it. And, okay, it was entertaining. I watched that movie for 3 hours because the trailer grabbed me, and then it distracted me for the rest, and from like finishing my work. But at least I got to see that fun movie. But like, yeah, but you still haven't accomplished, whatever it is you wanted to do. You're still behind. Um, and you got to, spend money on somebody else's movie and, help them, move forward with what they wanted to. Ugh. Okay, what else we saying, Rick Reviews here? Watch some rideshare stuff. People love to talk about the professor's spa experience. The professor's spa experience. Somebody had a spa experience? Are you talking about the rideshare professor? Who are you talking about? Rick Reviews? What you do? What would you do if I follow you? Yep, Torsten loves to overwhelm passengers with essential oil fumes. Wow, okay. So that's how he gets those good ratings, you know, he just puts those, like, scented things in the, into the vents. Yummy. Our driver's car smelled awesome. Uber hints and Bam Bam aren't into it. Okay. Who's Bam Bam? I'm sure I've seen this channel. Which is a channel called something other than Bam Bam? Who's Bam Bam? I know Uber hints. His name is Mark. No limitation. Okay, I don't think I've seen that channel. All right, I'll have to check that out after the stream before I go to bed. I'll check that one out. I don't know who that is, but I will find out later tonight. Okay, but they're not into, I guess, having scents in their car. I'm assuming that's what you meant. So they love to talk about the spa experience he creates in his car. So I guess some people like, I don't know, maybe making fun of it. Is that what they're saying? They're making fun of Torsten for um, doing that during his rides. You're gonna have a spa experience in my car if you like it or not. So he's dead set on that, having you feel like you're at a spa during his rides. Okay. And so I guess, some people are cool with it, and I would assume some people are not. And so you've got, arguments on both sides saying, oh, it's cool. I appreciate the effort that he does to make it smell good. And then, of course, you have other people that are maybe like, yeah, that guy needs to take it easy on that because it's really annoying. I don't know. Yeah. Some people, I know, like some people are like sensitive to like things like perfume and cologne, like it makes them dizzy. I'm assuming the essential oils scents could like have a similar effect. Hey, it could be better than sweaty drunks. Yeah, probably. I mean, essential oils smell a lot better than barf, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, if he's making his car smell like flowers and stuff or whatever, that's definitely a much preferred smell to smoke, weed, body odor from people who don't wear deodorant, which I've had several times. Never riding in my car again.com. Yep. Ugh. I was watching one of do you watch Tony LMDU? He did like a ride along. I think it was like last night or something like that. And he was talking about like I know he's in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he said something like the weather was like it would like rain and then stop and then the sun would come out and then it would rain again shortly after. Is that how it was in Oakland? Did it seem like, like the weather the weather people couldn't figure out how they wanted to have the weather up there today? Lots of rain lately. Today, not so much. Okay, that's good. Yeah, here in LA, it was like gloomy. It didn't rain, but it was gloomy. Um, Over the weekend, it did rain a little bit, and it might have actually rained some last night. Yeah, because I noticed like there was some water on the ground when I was coming out with my laundry basket on my table. Yeah, there was some water there, so but nothing heavy. But yeah, it did rain, I guess, a little bit last night, but not today during the day at all. Um, yeah. So, and it wasn't like hot either. It was just like, I didn't need the AC in my car. It was just like very, yeah, just very mellow. Nice temperature. But it has rained a lot this year in LA. Like it's been weird. And it's been like, is this LA? Like, you know, I remember, exchanging that verbiage with strangers on the street several times this year. Like, what the heck is going on? It just didn't seem like LA because of all the rain this year. Um, yeah, man. So I guess we'll see how this summer plays out, how soon it gets hot. I mean, we're already at the end of May here, and it still hasn't gotten to like the regular level of LA heat um, that I'm accustomed to seeing, that I've been accustomed to seeing for the last several years. So weird. I guess we'll see what happens. Climate change is real. Um, okay. Do, 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 do. Yeah, he's up there. Nice guy. Um, yeah. Okay, so what are we at? 140. Okay. Yeah, I should probably get to wrapping this up here. Um, what are your plans tomorrow? What's going on? Are you driving tomorrow, Rick Reviews, or do you have another day off, or what's going on with you? I get Stone Temple Pilots stuck in my head. I was watching some of that, like some old acoustic videos of Scott Weiland. Rest in peace. I love that band, Stone Temple Pilots. So like I was watching some of his stuff from like years ago, some of his performances on like at a radio station. Um, all the Berkeley students graduated. Lots of business gone from this area. Oh, okay. So it's going to slow down. Gotcha. Um, yeah, as far as yeah, rideshare driving, I suppose. Do you do delivery, or have you thought about delivery? Gotta head to SF. Okay, what are you doing in SF? Yeah, SF always has good rides. Oh, okay. You mean you're gonna commute into SF for rides? Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I know a lot of people do that. They'll drive in from like an hour away. Whatever, and yeah, to make their money. Yep. Um, there's people who do that here in LA. They live outside of like the LA metro area, and they'll drive in to LA because it's busier as far as doing driving jobs. Whether that be rideshare or delivery. Delivery did it when I first started. Don't like transporting delicious smelling hamburgers across town and not getting to eat them. Yeah, kind of tempting. It's like, I want to, I want a bite of that burger. Dang. I don't want to like take it to somebody else. Yeah, I guess that can be distracting. Yeah, you're jealous. You're like, man, I want that freaking thing. It's not fair. I have to take it to somebody. Um, yeah, yeah. I suppose it's not for everybody then. I don't mind it. Whatever. Yeah. All right, man. Well, been going at it almost an hour here, and it's yeah approaching 2. So I'm gonna sign off. Tomorrow, I'm going to watch some K dramas and work on my listening comprehension. Probably practice a little bit more, um, and plan out my next video. And then at night, I'm going to a mixer. So Rick reviews, my man. Sleep well. Have a good night. Um, Drive safe going into San Francisco. Have fun. Make some good money. Um, Rideshare driver who I think popped in briefly and then disappeared. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, rideshare driver. If you happen to see this later, thank you. Thanks, Rick Reviews, and anybody else who was here, but maybe you just didn't feel like joining in on the live chat. Thank you for coming in for at least part of it, even if you were only on here for a second. Thanks for joining, and hope that you'll join me again. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel if you like my content. And I'm doing videos every couple days with tips and news and things like that. So if you don't want to miss any content, subscribe, baby. All right, you guys have a good rest of the night. Peace out.